Nocturnes is sort of my opportunity to explore making short films out of all the other art forms that I love, circus and dance, and often what I'm most inspired by is seeing a really, really well-made film about those other art forms.
Collaboration is very much at the center of what AFL is all about. When I worked with people in film, those ideas would come from everywhere. Literally everywhere. Anybody could have an idea, and a lot of times they were really interesting ideas. They just needed somebody to sort of breathe life into them.
My name is Nancy Toro. I go by Lola Loops as a performer and artist. I've been hula hooping for 10 years, so that is my main kind of like art focus. But I'm also a dancer, and I do a lot of movement stuff. But hula hoops is definitely my #1 game, and I love it.
First one was contact juggling, and that was an act that was from a full like hour-long narrative show with me and 2 other artists. It's called The New Conformity. That specific act was always a piece that we thought could be taken out of context and put somewhere else. So we just had that set lying around, and I knew it would be perfect for it.
Chris came to me to talk about this idea of Nocturnes. With the first one, when we did it, it was clear to me that there was this opportunity to do more of these and put a focus on creatives in our community.
Once the first Nocturnes came out, I put just a call out to other Vancouver artists to see who was interested.
If anyone had any ideas or any thoughts about a possible video or concept, and I was just like, okay, I have ideas.
Her proposal was bright, colorful, kind of clown world. We wrote this narrative over top that was that question of what happens when you let go of your, conscious mind when you're looking for creativity.
The inspiration was when I was like bored. Like when I was literally at home, I'm like, okay, I need to train. Okay, I need to dance, or I need to hula hoop, or I need to work out. And I was like, I'm bored of all of this. Like I would sit out the window and daydream pretty much. I would just like sit out and be like, okay, what's going on? And so I kind of like thought of that. It's like, well, yeah, what if you do go into your daydream? Like what will happen? If anything could happen in your daydream, like what would it be? And for me it was like colors and patterns and like fun and silly, and that's kind of where it came from.
I've done a lot of direction on stage, but have done almost none for film. So I thought this would be a great way to sort of learn how to do some film direction, was in a wheelhouse that I already knew a little bit about.
And then Chris kind of like took it to like a different level. He was very supportive, and like just took my idea and was like, how about we do this and make it better and do this? And I was like, yeah, go for it all. It's perfect.
This collaboration brought together 2 worlds. My background being in camera and cinematography, and just the beauty of it, and pairing that with the immense talent that is Chris Myrdock.
I would like to look at movement art in a wide spectrum. So there's a lot of action sports that I'm really interested by, and I would love to frame them in the same way that we already frame dancers and circus artists, to show just exactly how much movement and expressive potential exists in things like skateboarding or backcountry skiing.
So just like a boring, mundane daydream to just like, wow, if I could be in my head, like what would be there, what colors, what fabrics, what patterns, and pretty much it all came true, which was so good to see in real life. And now I'm excited that everyone gets to see what goes on in my head.
Working with Nancy was a lot of fun, and she was really easygoing and really easy to direct and move around as needed. Doing the camera work, it was really easy to say, hey, we need this so we can get that shot, and she could maneuver however she needed to.
Really colorful, clown, artistic kind of world. Nancy's done a lot of like traditional, clown work, and so we thought lean into that and write a short narrative over top of it about being bored and having artist block, writer's block. That ability to sort of let go of your conscious mind and find inspiration through your subconscious.
The premise was touching on creativity itself, and just the lapse of creativity and what happens to you when you can't think of anything to do and you daydream, and all of a sudden that big idea hits you.
Nocturnes is also a great excuse to collaborate with other departments and learn more about the filmmaking process and visual storytelling. I've done a lot of work for stage, but planning for film is quite different, and so getting to play different roles like direction or production is a great way for me to understand more about how film works.
I mean, we want to be that place where everybody goes, hey, you want to make something cool? Go to AFL. Hopefully through these kinds of things and other videos that we're planning on making, we're going to show the world that that's exactly who we are, and more people want to come and play with us.